Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special presentation of girls basketball on the MIRE. There's a lot of good things that we have going on tonight. One of them is senior night as Montgomery hosts Watchung Hills. There's a couple other positives, Pogue. I didn't pass away this week from whatever illness ravaged my body.
Yeah.
You managed to change daycares, and your daughter made through whatever the heck that was going on.
A lot of good things in one day.
And the other good thing that's a positive, we're classing the joint up a little bit tonight because Joey Val is going to be joining us and adding a little bit of class to what's normally a classless organization.
Thank God. Somebody knows what they're talking about.
All right, so what we are going to do now in just a few moments is we are going to step away and we are going to leave you to the dulcet tones of the, I can't believe I just said that about him.
Yeah, you did.
The
I heard it.
The dulcet tones of the PA announcer and head football coach at Montgomery, Zoran Milic, as he announces senior night for girls basketball.
Welcome to the Montgomery Girls Basketball Program Senior Night. Today we will honor 4 young ladies and their families and all they've done for this program. Our first senior is Taylor Acker. Taylor hopes to attend either University of Virginia or the University of Pennsylvania and study economics. Taylor will be escorted by her parents and brother, John, Danica, and Ryan. Next, we have Arup Chaudhry. Arup plans to take a gap year in Denmark. She's being escorted by her parents, Farheen and Amir. Third, we have Shanda Nostri Sagam Reddy. Shondi hopes to attend Johns Hopkins or Rutgers and study biology. Shondi is being escorted by her parents, Anji Reddy and Uma Devi, and her brother Akil and her cousin Vaishnavi. Finally, we have Ananya Shindi. Ananya hopes to attend Rutgers, UPenn, or Columbia University, where she'll be studying biomedical engineering. She will be escorted by her parents, Vikas and Vaishali. Let's hear it for our seniors and their families.
Welcome back to the Mire. It is senior night for girls basketball, a special presentation of girls hoops on the Mire. And as I alluded to earlier, bringing a little bit of class to an otherwise classless organization is Joey Valla. Joey, what's going on?
What's going on? How are you?
I am wonderful. Thanks for coming on with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
And Tommy, that really, as Tommy Petrain is also here, it's not really meant to, be, it's not really a direct comparison at all between you and Joey, but you're just as classless as we are most of the time, but you fit, that makes you fit right in most of the time.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Hey man, anytime. You're just one pea in a pot, you know? And Pogue, you're here too.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry. I mean, if you would willingly talk all the time, that would be great.
I do, it's just you never hear it. I don't know what's going on with that.
Right. Okay. So, Joey, I like to call you our resident girls basketball expert. You follow this team about as closely as anybody in the student body does. This has been a season that's been difficult, I would say, for the Cougs, because nothing in public school athletics is ever guaranteed in terms of success. So as you've kind of followed the team along this season, tell us about your general thoughts.
I mean, I think it's tough because it's a really young team. They graduated 5 seniors last year, and 3 of them went on to play college ball. So you're talking about losing a lot of talent there and losing numbers and experience. So they're bringing up a lot of freshmen. You'll notice a lot of freshmen playing in the game and a lot of juniors. And I think the smallest number of players is the seniors on the court. So you're not talking about a lot of experience, but I think they have a lot of grit. And I think they're really trying to make it work, and they're getting a lot better, and they're working on it, and I applaud that.
It's one of those things that, like, I made a statement like something similar to this when we were talking college, preparation stuff a couple of weeks ago. That like whatever kind of learner you were 2 years ago, like I just don't believe that you're like the same kind of learner, And if you just think about where you two are as in your own lives as juniors in high school, and how different you were as freshmen. Like, that's what, like, this is for this basketball team, you know what I mean? But there's a good byproduct of that in 2 years, it's like they're going to be in a very mature place with so much experience, and it doesn't, I know for the current senior group and this group tonight, it's not really much consolation, but, I always think that there's goods to be had, when we're talking about, God forbid, kids grow and mature and get better at stuff, which is, the point of education.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, Tommy, I feel like, that's certainly true in guys' sports. And I don't want to even say compared to the girls' sports because, everything is relative. But I look at, like, postgraduate years sometimes, when you see the teams that, like, a Lawrenceville or a Hun can trot out there, where a kid who's a PG, and it's like, dude, are you like 34? Like it's that kind of how it feels sometimes. So, I only say that to illustrate that when you talk about, a bunch of freshmen, really getting some big minutes in games like this, that age gap might only be 2 years right now, but like there are 2 years where like it could be 6 or 7 inches of height and, like really formative years.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, yeah. And I think they'll be in a really good place, like what you were saying, in a few years when all these freshmen who are getting experience at their age and have been playing for a really long time, and I'm assuming a lot of them play club from what I've heard, so they're getting a lot of experience. So when they're moving up to be the leaders on this team, I think they'll really make a really good environment for the team.
And again, I hate that we're talking about stuff that might happen 2 years down the line when we're, when we're here for this senior night.
Yeah.
Tonight's game, to say, I think, if we're just being honest, Montgomery's got an uphill battle. 2-14 Cougs hosting the 13-4 Warriors of Watchung Hills. The first time these two teams played up at Watchung, it was a pretty lopsided score, 74-16. Watchung the first time these teams played. What was the feedback off of that one? If there was, or that might be the kind of game where you just look at it and you go like, okay, we're gonna move on past this one and whatever. But I didn't know what the girls were feeling about tonight.
Are you asking me?
I am asking you, yes.
I mean, I think from what I've heard from a lot of the girls is that it is going to be an uphill battle and it's going to be a lot of work. But I think you can't walk into any game expecting to lose. You have to walk in willing to work to win the game. So I don't think they're trying to anticipate losing. I think that they're pushing it out and they're focused. I think they're all zoned in, and I think they've been working hard all week.
I haven't had a chance to like really sit down and do a formal interview with Coach Margon, and we probably should do that before the season's over, to be quite honest with you. But I think any coach that is worth their salt would tell you that the years where you win a lot, it's not to say that you don't coach, but sometimes your best coaching jobs and your most difficult coaching jobs are the years like this, because you have to be an intense coach at one moment, a compassionate coach at another moment, a patient coach at another moment. Like the range of emotion that you have to try to get the best out of teams sometimes when you're in a growing stage. And I would be interested to hear his take on his own coaching approach and how it, maybe had to differ a little bit. Is there, what's the girls' kind of feelings about Coach Margot?
I mean, I think he's a great coach, and I think what you're saying is it's these years that kind of differentiates between what's a good coach and what's a bad coach, what makes a good team, what doesn't. And I think in a year like this, especially where there's so many people coming onto the team that haven't played in this environment before, it's not only the physical challenge and like physically coaching these girls to play up to their potential. I think it's also making sure that as a high school coach, and not to stereotype, but for high school girls, it's important to be emotionally aware of what's going on. And I think that he's done a pretty good job at that. And from what I've heard, he's been really helpful with trying to help with communication throughout the team, because when you look at like the girls lacrosse team, the boys football team, they do team bonding, and a lot of these guys, they know each other. These girls, they know each other. Some of these girls didn't know each other until this summer, when they started captain's practice. So I think trying to get that communication and those relationships going is half the battle. And I think he's been doing a really good job with that, and I commend him for that.
I'm going to just go off the beaten path for a second, because it's hard to separate my thoughts from this kind of stuff sometimes. Did we talk about what you want to go to school for?
Me?
Yeah, yes.
No, I'm thinking physical therapy. I want to work with athletes, so I want to do like sports medicine. That's what I'm thinking.
I hate that you have such a clear.
I think it's not too clear.
Thought about that, because I'm not just saying this. Like, this is my years of experience in doing this job on the MIRE and in the professional world, and now teaching it. You should do this. This is what you should do.
Aww. That means a lot.
I'm dead serious.
You're being dead serious?
I'm being dead serious.
All right, well then we'll have to talk about it later, I'm sure.
We need to talk about this, because this is I was reminded in the last 10 minutes about why I was like, oh, we got to get Joey on this, because I remember feeling this way last year, but like, you were young, we didn't need to have that conversation yet. And if anything, you're living up to, or if not exceeding, in the first 10 minutes of this, what I remember about you on the air, because your flow and your ability to do this in such a conversational, natural way is not normal. Okay, it's just not.
Oh, thank you. I'm flattered.
Well, you're welcome. That's it. That is that. So
I can return the compliment. You're also very good at this.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm also 100 years old. I went to school for it once and already quit, so it's fine. But no, a bright future ahead if this is something you choose to do. No pressure though, Joey. No pressure.
No, we'll talk about it.
I love it. All right, so we'll take a break. We are about 6 minutes away from the end of the countdown, which is actually, wow, we're going to be almost right on time, which almost never happens during these senior night things. Polk, a great job out of you. I loathe to say it, but a good job out of Zoran Milic. I don't even know if he can hear me. Even if he could, he's probably not paying attention. But it is what it is. So anywho, about 6 minutes to go, and then a special presentation. Girls basketball on the MIRE, senior night against Watchung Hills, coming up in just a few minutes. Stick with us. You're caught in the MIRE. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. welcome back to the MIRE, a special presentation of girls basketball on tap this evening. And why don't we bring you the starting lineups first for the visitors. The Warriors, nope, we're not going to do that, apparently.
Yeah.
Just three? Oh, that was just the beginning of your video.
The doubt is so real.
It's
just
absolutely so real.
It's just so real.
Listen, Pogue had that in the queue halfway through that thing, and I was like, what, you only put the first three in the starting lineup in there? So I sit corrected, I'm sorry. Gianna Labozo, Sofia Squizotto. That's the former Italian student in me trying to really blend my Z's and my I's in there. Ava Labozo, Morgan Groff, she is the team's leading scorer, and Olivia Holiday to round out the four-guard lineup for the 13-4 Warriors of Watchung Hills. And now, as you hear being announced behind us, let's bring you the starting lineups for your Montgomery Cougars. Cougars are coached by Matt Margon, and it's obviously an all-senior starting lineup because, well, hell, it's senior night. Ananya Shindi will start, 5'7" senior. Chandy Sagmaretti also in the starting lineup. Emily Antithodum, along with Taylor Acker. And another of the captains, Arub Chowdhury. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw this over to Tommy for just 1 second. Tommy, take it away, buddy. I'm sorry, I'm just throwing this at you right now, but that's what it is.
All right, well, kind of getting put on the spot here, but
I mean, what do you want to talk about, Tommy?
I don't know.
What are you thinking?
How do you think this game's gonna go?
I mean, I have a lot of hope. I've been hearing some good things all week, and fingers crossed, knock on wood. We're really hoping for some good stuff tonight. And even though we don't know what's gonna happen, we're still hoping for a good game. And it's not about winning or losing. This is for the seniors.
Yeah.
This is their senior night. This is a special night for them.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you thinking about this game?
Just what you're saying about the seniors. Think about how they've been in this program, most of them for 4 years or at least 3, getting a chance, maybe if they haven't up to this point, in the starting lineup is a very special moment for them that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives, especially if they go and play basketball in college, which some of them are definitely talented enough to do. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes me think about in a lot of sports, when you're looking to compete at a higher level, like going to states and stuff. I mean, you're thinking about, you want to win this for yourself, but at the end of the season, a lot of it comes down to you wanting to win it for your seniors. So we're hoping for a good senior night from these ladies.
And the opening tip-off is controlled by the Cougars. And Montgomery will go to work. Antithodum. And that's out of bounds. I'm pretty excited because Tommy's going to be doing some play-by-play, and Joey's going, well, you're going to stay right where you're at, Joey, and do that. So some dueling turnovers to start this one for the Cougs.
I gotta say, I love Emily Antithodum's shoes. Number 3.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think they're so sick, and I hope she hears this because they're so awesome.
The amount that I am so much into gear, it's actually kind of sad. You give me free gear, and I'm yours forever.
Are you saying you want some girls basketball gear?
100%. Are you kidding? You know what annoys me as we have another miss and we remain scoreless for the first minute? The number of crappy cotton T-shirts I have for Montgomery, in the 16 years that I've worked here is 4.7 million. So that's fine. I want to support all Cougar athletic teams. I say this every time a kid walks in my office. Hey, you want to buy a T-shirt? No. You know what I want to buy? I want to buy one of them long sleeve warm-up shirts that you have with the warm-up material.
Dry fit.
I will, whatever you want, charge me double.
Yeah.
I don't care. Dry fit. Give me the dry fit.
Dry fit.
Tri-fit long sleeve, all day.
We're
Those
sweaty
are my
people. We
favorite.
need them. We need them.
Those are my favorite. I love those.
100%. Grundy, the ones that Grundy gives us every year, I'm like, this one's my new favorite T-shirt.
So
You
if
know?
anybody's listening, dry fit.
Seriously.
Every club,
Yeah.
I'd buy 2 more shirts.
If anyone listening is planning to buy Glock some merch, then
No. I don't.
Tri-fit.
No. I'm not even asking for that. I don't want somebody to buy me stuff. I'll buy it myself. I just don't want to purchase the crappy cotton one. I got too many.
True.
Oh, Tommy. No need to go up. Just left and right on that remote.
He's exploring.
We saw you what kind of Xbox player Tommy is. Everybody struggling initially offensively.
Yeah.
I think once those toggle buttons came into play, like with the original PlayStation, that's when I stopped playing a lot of video games because I could never control them the right way.
really?
Yeah.
Well, that's like how it is. Like that's how the modern thing is. That's like the thing now.
No doubt, as a second chance layup is up and good from Taylor Acker. And the Cougs have an early 2-0 lead. And as we say that, Watchung answers right back with Sophia Squizzato. A good start, though, for the Cougs in the opening 2.5 minutes. And that one is out of bounds, and a turnover to Watchung Hills. Cougs looking fairly composed and on it as Watchung works around the outside, and a long rebound goes to Antithottum, and she's going to be fouled on her way up the court.
Even though neither team is really making any shots, you can see how confident Watchung is with their shooting. They've shot probably 3 or 4 threes already, not even halfway through the first quarter. Even though none of them have gone down, you can tell that they're all very gifted shooters, so Montgomery's going to have to defend the outside.
A miss from Acker, and Watchung will come the other way, and they find their leading scorer in Morgan Groff. 209 points coming into the game on this season for Groff through 17 games, so she averages double figures. And Acker goes to the hole and one to tie it and potentially give the Cougs an early lead.
That's a mismatch they've got to exploit. Acker's got a lot of size, she's got a lot of strength in the post, and there's nobody on Watchung that can handle that right now.
And Acker does just that, knocking down the freebie. The foul was against Olivia Holiday. That was her first and the team's second. As Groff again in the middle for a floater, no good, and Acker does well to box out.
Yeah, she's really making her presence known on both sides of the floor in the paint.
It's exactly what you got to do. Situations like this. This is a nice job by Antithottum going around her back twice. And they're going to get a 5-second call. Good defense from Gianna Lobozo.
You know, I think even if anyone watching hasn't even watched a Montgomery girls basketball game before, I don't think it even matters because this is a completely different game than we've ever seen, because I think senior night brings a lot of different things into the picture. You're seeing a starting lineup that isn't normally used, and you're seeing girls play together that aren't normally playing together. And I remember watching senior night last year and years before, and just seeing all the different opportunities they were trying to make for different people across the court. It opens up an entire new thing. Maybe instead of looking for the girl with the most points, you're looking for someone who maybe doesn't have as many chances but just as much potential. So I think it poses a whole new question of what this team's capable of.
It goes to show you, to your point, Joey, like why we always talk about, specialty nights, like rivalry games, senior night, things like that. Anything can happen. It just gets, especially in the world of high school sports, people are motivated or unmotivated differently on any night. This isn't the pros. It's high school for a reason. Antithottum goes to the paint, and that's no good, but a second chance opportunity.
Just a different type of energy in the building tonight. I didn't watch the last game against the Watchung Hills, but I can almost guarantee by looking at the final score, didn't start like this. So definitely positive start for Montgomery here.
If you had Montgomery and the under through the first 5 minutes, you win. And Groff with some good defense. She takes it away and heads the other direction, and that's actually going to be a turnover as she can't cash in. See how good I did there not to cough on the air?
You still got popcorner issues?
No, that really was a popcorner issue, and then I got sick like a whole day later.
I think they're related.
They were definitely not related somehow magically. Acker misses the turnaround in the paint. That reminds me, I should eat more than popcorns in school. Those were good.
Those are real good.
We got more in that room as Watchung Hills is going to go to the line.
It's the best of both worlds because popcorn is great, but we don't all love chewing it after a while. But chips, they fix that.
Right.
Popcorners.
Popcorners existed.
What?
I forgot they existed, and now,
Wow.
now I'm thinking
all
about
right.
them.
Okay, you just absolved yourself. I thought you said you didn't know they existed.
No, I forgot.
That would be a problem.
I was going to say, you can leave now. I like you, but you could. That was it. Get some substitutions into the game for Montgomery. Haley Dunn, Abby Schwartz, and the team's leading scorer, Adriana Santiago, into the game. One for two from the line for Watchung, and we remain tied up here at 5. Tommy. Follow the action, buddy. There you go.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
See, I'm telling you, this
He's
is where
worse than me.
I'm not used to this. I haven't done this part before.
this is where Nicole proves her worth.
She's quiet, but she's very good about it.
She's 100% on it.
It's okay, Tommy. I'm not good at the camera either. You're fine.
Second foul of the game on Gianna Labozo, so she'll get an early rest. Santiago into the paint, driving, and her layup is no good, and that is out of bounds off of Watchung Hills. And by the way, I lied about that, by the way. Taylor Acker's the team leader in points, not Adriana.
Is Adriana second though?
Yeah, it's close. It was 119 to 118.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was right on. Shreya Valaga picks up the foul for the Cougs. So 2 minutes to go in quarter number 1, and Santiago forces a jump ball. Possession arrow, though, goes to the Warriors by virtue of Montgomery having won the tip. And that one's going to be a travel as just a little stumble while heading to the inside for Sofia Squizzato.
And, you know, I think we missed it, but number 20, Eliza Schulberg, freshman, subbed in, like, I think 30 seconds ago. And that's, I believe, our first freshman on the court. So that's exactly what we're talking about with this young team, getting a lot of minutes.
And, you know, as we continue to speculate about the dividends that'll pay down the road, it's so well documented, you know, what Coach Grundy on the boys' side has done with, you know, always finding a way to play some of those talented freshmen. And year after year, it pays off by the time those kids are juniors and seniors. This year, it's paying off in spades with Ethan Lynn, you know, as a freshman, but that's atypical. And a great job by Haley Dunn to get a fingertip on it, and the Cougs will come the other way. Try to leave back outside and almost saved by Schulberg, but just a step behind the backcourt violation. A timeout coming for Watchung. It's a full timeout. So far locked in a good one through 6.5. We'll take a break. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. welcome back to the Mire. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tommy Petrain, Joey Valla, live from Skillman. It's senior night, girls basketball in Montgomery and Watchung. First time around was pretty lopsided. Second time around, not an instant replay. As Groff misses another from the outside, and that is going to be out of bounds off Santiago. So Watchung will go back to work. Knocked out of the paws of a waiting Warrior, and we're going to have another turnover as Groff was standing on the baseline, so we remain tied at 5. Full court pressure as Watchung is saying, you know what, enough of the same old here. We're going to do something different. As Santiago goes to work on Groff, and she's into the paint with the left hand, and Montgomery's got the lead back. It's just a great take from Santiago. Watchung around the outside as they play inside out, and it was a good job by Francesca Menino to create some separation, and it creates foul shots. Second foul of the game on Shrita Valaga, I should say. First free throw is no good. One for 2 from the line for Carly Al Gore. So Antithottum clears everybody out, and she will go to work on Ava Lobozo. A corner 3, no good. Dunn did well to try to get a fingertip on it, but Lobozo comes the other way, and Acker played great D.
If you saw Acker there, didn't jump because she is risking getting a foul there by jumping up, trying to go for the block. She knows she's big enough, stand up, get her hands up to cause a miss there.
Santiago got the feet moving before putting the ball on the floor, so a quick turnover off of the inbound. And a long two-pointer. I always joke that it's the worst shot in basketball, but only because it is.
I agree.
So it's not a joke.
No. See what I did there?
Yep.
And that long 2 from Carly Al Gore does give Watchung Hills the lead back, but nonetheless, we are locked in a pretty good one here through 8 minutes. Second quarter, and the subtle tones of Tommy Petrain coming your way right after this. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
Welcome back to the Mire. We're getting into the second quarter here of this game. Watchung Hills and Montgomery locked in a tight one, 8-7. That's a nice pass down there, and a quick score from Montgomery to start it off by Abby Schwartz, setting the tone early in this quarter.
What you saw there, Tommy, was an old boys basketball play that Coach Margon, I won't say stole, but brought with him from the boys' side when he was an assistant coach. That play has scored about 4,000 points through the years.
It seems to work. Good take down there, and a quick response by Carly Al Gore for Watchung. Get the lead back. Montgomery moving the ball. Quick turnover, fast break for Watchung. And a lost ball there by Rebozo, and Montgomery will get the ball back as Santiago checks back into the game.
Pogue, I'm going to give you a little advice in your producing aspect right now.
Okay.
Since Tommy and I changed headsets,
Yeah.
you should turn his gain up a little bit and my gain down a little bit.
All right.
Good advice, good advice. Santiago will bring it down, pass to the corner. Swing three by Anathotum is no good. Offensive rebound, force into a jump ball. Possession will go to Watchung Hills.
Good aggression from Chugginoff right there. Honestly, this whole team's been looking really aggressive tonight, and I think that's what's been making a huge difference in what the score looks like right now.
Driving kick, shot missed by Watchung. And offensive rebound, and in and out. And the ball will go back to Watchung. Both teams with a lot of offensive rebounds so far.
I feel like that's a fairly typical girls basketball versus boys basketball thing.
What is the offensive turnovers?
Offensive rebounding. There's just a lot more offensive rebounding, it seems, in the girls' game. And I don't know if that's a function of the lack of defensive rebounding, or it's, there's probably some of that mixed in there. But all my wisdom through the years tells me that.
All your wisdom.
Oh yeah.
Santiago with a nice move, put up a floater, stepping into the paint, no good. Outlet pass up. Pass down to Chuganov, lost, and ball will stay with Montgomery here.
I shouldn't have made fun of you, Tommy. I deserved what just happened to me right there.
I mean, you did tell us the joysticks were a challenge.
That's fair. I did say that.
We don't believe it, but you said it.
Well, no, you should believe it. You just witnessed it.
I haven't done that before, but you've been doing this for a while, so you got no excuse.
That's fair. It's a fair assessment.
We're going to keep you around, Tommy,
Yeah.
forever.
As if we weren't already
No
before
offense,
this.
of
Anyway.
course.
No,
No,
they're
oh,
planning
none-
on getting
none
rid of
taken.
him next game. But now they're going to keep you.
All right. Good.
Well,
good
the problem
thing,
is
good
that
thing that happened.
Joey showed up, and we're like, oh, I don't know. Joey versus Tommy, we might have to make a change here, but you continue to prove your worth, Petrain.
I don't know. I think we can have Joey and Tommy.
I'm fine with this. We can create a podcast. When you guys want to, you could do
I
once
don't know.
weekly, twice weekly, whatever you guys want.
We can talk mad pre-calc. We take pre-calc together. We can talk about the Montgomery track and field team. We have a lot in common.
Coach Bartholomew would love you for that.
Oh, absolutely.
That's our guy.
That's our guy.
Strangely, it's our guy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, he may be our guy collectively, but I think I'm the only one who can sit here and confidently say that I have gotten a motivational sticker for every meet I've gone to this season. And I don't think anyone else here has gotten a motivational sticker from Coach Bartholomew.
So,
I'm gonna go ahead and say that was just a not veiled shot at Tommy.
yeah, it was.
Yeah,
How
how'd
many
you do in those
stickers?
meets?
Oh!
Wow.
Well, he went there. He went there.
Oh, man. Jeez, for the throat immediately.
I guess that, see what happens when you mess with Tommy.
Defense.
I guess so.
He doesn't work the body. He just goes right for it. I'm not going to do that.
Tommy brings a gun to a knife fight, okay?
I don't it's only self-defense.
Oh, yeah, right. That old gag.
Watch him now with the ball back, keeping a 1-point lead. Few scores in the past couple minutes. Drive floater, no good for Labozo, and fighting for the rebound. And that will be a jump ball. It'll go back to Montgomery as Dunn checks into the game for Montgomery.
That's the kind of thing that gets teams fired up. People diving on the floor, mixing it up. You talk about things that can inspire I was going to say a franchise, a team. It's things like that.
There's a three for Anathotum off the mark. Rebound Dunn, puts it back up. No good. And another jump ball. That's already the fourth of the game. But now it will go back to Watchung Hills. defensive battle here, almost halfway through second quarter. 1-point lead for Watchung Hills.
And you know, it's been a lot of really short possessions, a lot of hustles from these girls. I think it's been a lot of back and forth. And you see right here, the hustle from Emily Anathodum. It's a lot of work. And you don't really know. Like, you can't even tell because they make it look easy sometimes. I definitely couldn't.
That is a pushing foul on Watchung, and Montgomery will retain possession as Acker will check back into the game. Santiago running the point, trying to get past and taken away, and that will be an easy layup for Groff off the steal. The press starting to cause some problems for Montgomery. Acker will drive to the hoop, pass taken away by Lobozo. And no good on the layup, but an offensive rebound. Pass back out to Groff, and the jump shot off the mark. Diving on the floor. Again, a lot of hustle plays so far here. And that jumper is no good. And finally, Montgomery gets the rebound and regains possession.
Antithottum said, everybody get out of the way. I'm just going to walk this one up, give us a little time to regroup after that frenetic series.
Santiago thought about a shot, but ends up passing it back to Anathodum. She'll drive, put one up, and just off the mark, rebound. Rebound again. And eventually fouled. Big presence in the paint there from Acker. She's getting rebound after rebound after rebound.
There is a ton of good news that's come out of the first half of this ball game, and none greater than the fact that Nicole DeMace is back to take over the camera, because now I don't have to screw it up.
I agree. I think that's great news. First free throw, no good for Acker, as Al Gore will check back into the game for Watchung Hills, replacing Holiday.
Trust me, Nicole, we both, Tommy and I, proved just how valuable you are as a camera person with our exploits.
They've been singing your praises.
I have nothing but respect. That's a three, no good, and fighting for the rebound. Al Gore will get it and put it back up, extending the lead to 5 for Watchung Hills.
Seeing Watchung just chip away a little bit here, little by little, and grow that lead.
But it's happening very slowly, and at any point Montgomery can get right back into this and make it a one-possession game, as a foul on Lobozo. That is her third foul of the first half.
Antithottum is going to go to the line for 1-and-1, but she did something pretty sophisticated there that, you know, it's a simple thing, but a lot of times when you're undersized and playing against somebody that maybe is a little bigger, a little more athletic, you tend to go east-west a little, because that's where the defense wants you to go. And she was not content to go east-west and kept on that north-south trajectory, and that's what caused the foul. So really, it wasn't so much that Antithottum was fouled as she caused the defender to foul her, and that's just an important trait for a ball handler.
First free throw good, second free throw off the mark for Antithottum. So Montgomery cuts the lead back down to 4. Groff driving to the hoop, kicking it out. Ball movement here for Watchung. A jump shot put up, no good for Al Gore. And a travel, another turnover for Watchung Hills, as Acker will check back into the game.
It was almost like you could see what Groff was thinking in her head there. It was like she made a decision, and then halfway through she changed her mind, and then it was like, oh, ball's on my hip. That's probably not going to go well.
Yeah, that's what I learned back in my middle school days. If you are about to do something and you're indecisive about it, never going to be a good result.
That's right.
Antithottum will bring it up. Driving straight to the hoop. Seeing nothing there, kicking it back out. Santiago will drive short J, no good. And fighting for her own rebound. Everyone on the floor here, and a travel called. Or maybe not.
Nope, you're
Travel
right.
is called.
Never doubt yourself, Tommy.
Well, I saw the ref do the motion, and
Well,
then he was like, "Whoa,
there's
what
indecision here. The referee on the near side was going to defer to the referee on the far side, and the referee on the far side deferred to the guy on the near side, and the far side guy sent Watchung to the benches, granting the timeout, and the near side guy said, "No, you didn't get your timeout. It was a walk." So let's see. Going with the travel.
All right.
Option A.
Well, since Watchung Hills is going to get the ball anyway, unless it was a jump ball, either travel or timeout, we prefer the travel. Hard to say we'd prefer a turnover, but in this situation,
Well, it would have been Montgomery's ball because you're not granting a timeout in a held ball situation. You can only call it when you have possession. So
oh yeah, that's true. Cross court pass over there, driving, short jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, kick back out to Groff, and she will reset it.
you can hear Coach Margon yelling good in the background because those lob passes over the top of the defense. We talked about it the other day at the boys game. You want it, lobs are lasers.
And a controversial call there. Chuganov blocked that shot, but it will be a shooting foul called on her there, and Al Gore will go to the line for 2.
Al Gore didn't start this game for Watchung, but has certainly made an impact on it.
Yeah, standing at 5'10", the tallest on her own team, tied with 2 other players on the team, but she is definitely making her presence known, and she's the one who hit that long 2 at the end of the first quarter, so not only is she a paint presence, she's got a jumper. And pass to her is taken away by Santiago. Fast break. It's a 1-on-4 here. And stepped out of bounds. Ball will go back to Watchung Hills.
That was almost one of those, no. Okay, oh, yeah, it was like, we were almost to the okay part, and then it just went back to the, There's one thing, though, about Adriana. She's all go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Absolutely.
that energy is it can be infectious.
It's hard to miss. She is one of the most aggressive players on the court. Like, you can't not admire her drive.
Shot from Groff, no good. Another offensive rebound put up and in by Gillenwater, her first points of the game. And Watchung Hills will extend their lead to 7 with 1 minute left in the half. Montgomery seeing if they can get something going here before the end of the half. Taken away, and easy fast break layup for Groff there, and the lead is up to 9.
Timeout for Matt Margon as he came running down the sideline.
And for that timeout, we'll take a short little break. So we will be back soon with the end of the first half. It's the MIRE. You're caught in the Montgomery Internet Radio.
Oh, he was so close.
I think it's.
I'll get it right next time. Welcome back to the MIRE, concluding the second half in a game tight in the beginning.
See-
Watchung Hills
See
has
what you did, Pogue? You frazzled him.
I did.
It's not the second half, Tommy.
I
Poor
know.
kid.
It's not. See what you've done.
I was just trying to help. See, this is why I don't talk.
But
This is why I
I'm
don't
over
talk.
here just caught in the experience. Okay, I don't really know what you're doing, but
Well, I mean, the experience is a lot bigger web than the MIRE is, so I understand why you would get caught in it.
whoa,
a little bit
we are
easier.
monetized on YouTube. Okay, 1,000 subscribers. All right, don't you come with that sass.
I did see 2 ads that were about 8 seconds each. That was
That's
pretty
right.
good. That was pretty good. Something about Verbo. Verbo, we can't afford Verbo. I don't know why they're showing ads for it.
I don't even know what Verbo is.
It's upscale Airbnb.
Oh, no way. All right.
Exactly. We don't know what it is.
And that's a 3 knocked down by Wabozo. Lead up to double digits for Watchung Hills. All this lead has come pretty much in the second quarter. And a steal there, missed layup. And the ball will go back to Montgomery. So 18.3 left in the half. Montgomery trying to get one last score before the end of the half. Hopefully, best case scenario, single digit game by the time they go into the half, but really just hoping for a score here. The pressure causing problems for Montgomery, but a foul will be called on Groff. And Montgomery in the bonus, so Santiago will go to the line for 1 and 1. This is off the left side of the rim on the front end. So 10 seconds to go. Quick push by Watchung Hills. And a deep 3 off the back rim. Rebound put back up and no good. That concludes the first half. Watchung Hills 22, Montgomery 10. Pretty good first quarter, not as good second quarter, but Montgomery hoping to bounce back in the second half. So we will go to a short break. It's the MIRE. You're caught in the Montgomery Internet Radio experience.
Love it.
It's this day.
now we are.
Welcome back to the Mire. In about 1 minute, we're going to start the second half. A close first quarter, not so close second quarter, but Montgomery hanging in there. 12-point lead for Watchung Hills here. So,
You know what I'm glad about? I'm glad that you were able to get off work tonight, Tommy, to be able to come here.
Yeah, how'd you free up your schedule?
well, things just happen, you know. I decided that this is more important, and since I'm doing like such an amazing job, I should probably be here.
You see, Pogue? I told you he made us a priority.
I know.
It was nothing other than that.
We were questioning why you did it, but we liked that you did.
Perfect. So, Joey, what are your thoughts on this first half from Montgomery here?
On this first half, I mean, I think they've been doing a nice job keeping it within a small lead. I, of course, would hope to see them come a little closer in this third quarter. I think in those last few minutes, they really started to pull it together a little bit. I'm hoping they kind of regrouped a little bit after halftime.
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of things mentioned in the locker room back there that Montgomery can fix, but also a lot of things that they've been doing well so far. So hopefully they can get it off and running in this second half and cut down this lead and stop this Watchung Hills offense, which we all know is very good.
So, talk about crises of conscience. I failed last night at 1. So, as we talk about too often on here, Nicole and my buddy Eric's fiance Robin play this pickleball league on Wednesday nights. So Eric and I are there watching it last night, and the girls, like, blatantly cheated. Like, our girls blatantly cheated twice.
Wow.
But now the
In
one
what way?
time was worse than the other one. Like, the ball hit Eric's fiance, and then like everybody was kind of like looking because things were a little weird, and then like the referee asked her, "Hey, did that touch you?" Like, now when I tell you this was not like a graze, like this like whacked her in the arm, like, and it like completely stopped the ball, and I think the ref wasn't looking, so he asked her, and she's like, "No, that didn't touch me." And Eric and I just looked at each other, and like it was on like game point for the other team, and I was like, "Do we just stand here and take this? Like, should we stop this?" Like, you know, I mean, I'm a ref, he's a ref. We were sitting here like, "Yo, this is the wrong thing. Fairness is not winning right now," and like, we didn't do anything. And then the other team won the game a point later, and I was like, "Nicole, you need to go tell the scorekeeper to not score at that. You need to score at like 11-8 and not 11-9, because like, you guys just cheated. You just cheated your ass off."
Would you have said something if they cheated and then won?
I said something afterwards. Our crisis was, do we say something in the moment? Oh, hi, Nicole. We were just talking about how bad you guys cheated last night. They totally cheated.
Oh.
Totally cheated. No. I'm talking about the game you lost. The game you lost. You did not lose fair and square. You lost, but it wasn't fair and square. It was like fair and like a parallelogram.
Fair and parallelogram.
Oh my gosh. All right, no one can hear you on the air anyway. It's only me that can hear you. She's protesting my talk of cheating. Little does she know we have closed caption TV of this event, and all the cheating will be brought out in due time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but did you see what he did to me? Don't hit your brother. Ma, you see what he did to me first?
And if you ever had a question of Mr. Glock's morals, you shouldn't now. I don't know why you would, but if you did, you shouldn't now.
Remember, this is about pickleball, by the way. This is where that conversation started.
Yeah,
Pickleball is very serious,
Yeah,
played.
I
especially
agree.
when you're sponsored by Pickle Bro Athletics, okay?
And first score of the second half, Montgomery way up in the paint and rebound Acker off of a Watchung Hills miss. And Anathon will bring it up for the Cougars.
Taylor's played a really nice game today. Both ends of the floor. Big hand in helping Montgomery get that early lead. Fighting there.
And rolling and out. Unlucky bounce there. And Watchung Hills push it up 3-on-3 here. Drive to the hoop. Contact there, no call. And a foul will be called on Acker down the paint. And Al Gore will go to the line for 2.
Not that Al Gore,
Sorry.
the other Al Gore.
That's Lobozo, my fault.
No, and I wasn't even saying that.
No,
Just the
it's
way
not.
you said Al Gore was like former Vice President Al Gore. That was the way what my ears heard. So that was what I was cracking on. Not the fact that I didn't even know you weren't saying the right name.
I could have avoided that whole thing by
Totally.
just saying the right name. First free throw good, second free throw off, but getting her own rebound. Watchung Hills swinging the ball, and a 3 up and off the front rim, and another foul called.
You know, as we wait for that one, Haley Dunn, we didn't really talk about it. She did her best JT Szymborski impersonation trying to draw the foul there. I actually thought she did pretty well, and that's the kind of foul, I mean, that's really about as good as you're going to get, I think. I feel like she did well enough to earn that charge. But
Yeah, some refs are going to call it, some refs aren't, but if you follow the boys' games, you know JT is the best at that, and I think that was a pretty good impersonation right there.
the only thing I could think was maybe, you know, and my perception could be totally off on it. Maybe Dunn was a little too far under the hoop to warrant a call at all, so that's why it ended up being a no call as opposed to a charge or a foul.
Both free throws good there, and Watchung Hills lead extends to 13 as we're about 2.5 through the second half. Santiago, head of steam, running up, pass to Chuganov, down the paint, layup no good, and rebound Watchung Hills. They'll push it up. Outlet pass there, drive, layup no good, rebound Santiago. Very fast pace so far in this half, and Anathon will slow it down a little bit.
Gianna Lobozo really working hard on offensively there and using a good bit of English off the window. Didn't go down for her that time, but pretty impressive.
Driving kick taken away there by Groff. 2-on-1. She'll take it herself, and a tough layup goes in there. And a timeout called by Coach Margon as Watchung Hills jumps out to a 15-point lead in the beginning of this half. We will be back very soon for the rest of the third quarter. As you know, it's the MIRE. You're caught in the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the MIRE. 4:52 left in the third quarter. 27-12 lead for Watchung Hills. And Anathon will bring up the ball, hoping to make a little spark in this Montgomery offense.
Nice vocab there. Spark. I liked that.
Is that a big vocab word?
No, I haven't heard you use it yet this game, so I was just intrigued.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like you were
appreciate it.
setting him up for something there, Joey.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't
Is
know.
it that it was a big word, or are you saying it's a big word for me? Because that's a different story.
That would be awful if I said it was a big word for you and it's only 5 letters. So.
Fast break for Dunn. She'll bring it back out. Pass to Chuganov to the corner. Santiago, close defense by Lobozo there. Montgomery trying to get some offense going here, as they've had to reset a couple times here, get their offense back in check. Pass to the corner for Santiago. Open 3 off the front rim. Good look there for Santiago, though, and a fast break. Outlet pass and layup good for Groff.
That's a good job vision-wise from Lobozo. The pair of sisters playing big parts in Watchung Hill's success, not only tonight, but this season.
And that is a nice little floater in for Villaga, the sophomore. And timeout called by Watchung Hills.
You know, I think Shreethers played a really nice third quarter, Tommy, because, you know, Watchung just ended with that fast break layup. But a couple of possessions ago, I thought Groff came down and actually cashed in on her right-handed layup. But it took a really athletic play to do it. And Villaga did really well to split her positioning between the ball carrier and the defender and not allow that cross paint pass, which, you know, you see that so often. It ends up results in an easy layup like it did in the last one. But Villaga was there for that, even though it ended up resulting in points. And then you see what she does on the offensive end. So a strong quarter for her, I think.
Yeah, that's one of those quick type of decisions you got to make, and that it helps if you got a high basketball IQ. She knows where she should be on the floor to prevent that shot.
Interesting song choice out of Zoran Milic. Yeah, we're going to ask him if he understands what this song's about a little bit later off the air, but, you know.
Watchung Hills with possession. Lobozo will bring up the ball. A lot of cross-court passing here. Lobozo open three off the front rim. Offensive rebound layup, no good. Another offensive rebound, and they will bring it back out. Three-pointer there off the front rim. Hustling for the rebound. Tipped up into the air, and Lobozo will handle it. And taken away by Schulberg and drawing the foul. That foul is on Squizziato. That's her second foul.
Man, you saw the athleticism of Gianna Lobozo. You know, I know she ended up turning the ball over there, but she did pretty much everything else on that possession for Watchung as well. Speed on display, great ball handling, so that was pretty impressive.
Taking it up the floor, pass to the corner, and floater no good there for Quick, and offensive rebound for Montgomery. Jumper from the corner for Schulberg, just rolls out. That's a good shot selection, getting open, and another fast break for Watchung Hills. Tough layup there, but will be fouled there. And Squizziato will go to the free throw line.
All right. I think Tommy's sitting over here making a motion for me to talk. So I'll give you what you want, Tommy. All right. I think one of the things that I've noticed in this game is a lot of communication between the girls. I think they really have been working so well together. And I think it's been really good to watch. And I think that win or lose, that's the most you can expect out of this game, especially for the seniors, because this is an important chance for them. And I know we've been talking about that all night, but that's what this is. As the second one goes in.
The communication that you're talking about is a great take there. But the communication you're talking about, Joey, it's like a lot of the time as a coach or, you know, even a more experienced player on a team, when you're trying to get the younger players or, you know, just even a team to, you know, you have to show them that example of like, hey, this is what it actually should sound like all the time. And sometimes you take teams to, you know, to like watch a college team play or something like that, and then they're like, oh my gosh, this actually is how much these teams communicate. So to see that, I think is a really good thing.
Yeah, if you look at a lot of professional teams, you can have a lot of good players, but if they don't play well together, you're not going to have a lot of success. So that communication and that teamwork and how well you play together is very important. As a pass out, a turnover for Watchung Hills, ball will go back to Montgomery. And that's a quick little kick ball and new inbound here for Montgomery. Anna Thottam, the point guard, one of the leaders of this team, bringing up the ball. She's moving pretty quick, trying to catch Watchung Hills a little off guard here, but met quickly at the top of the key. That's an open three in the corner for Schulberg, no good. Tipped out to Groff.
And you look at someone like Anna Thottam, and because she is so little, one of those strengths is that she is so quick and that she can get around her defenders so much easier.
And that's a three in for Labozo as the lead for Watchung Hills is extended to 19 here.
You talked about how well Montgomery was communicating. It looked like Gianna Labozo up there was caught a little bit off guard on the possession previous by a pick.
And quick with grabbing, not quick, sorry. Schwartz there, getting to the paint quickly.
Another one of those freshmen that you talked about, Joey.
Yeah. And I think we've been seeing a lot of action from those freshmen this game, and I'm really happy to see that. Like, it's spread out very evenly across the team, and I think that's really good.
What you're saying about that deal with not too much experience on this team this year, but freshmen like Schulberg and Schwartz and sophomores like Quick and Valaga, they're getting pretty good amount of time and they're making an impact. This is just setting up for future years. Although this year, not much success for this team, but I think definitely set up for future years once they get a lot more experience.
Haley Dunn as well, being in the starting lineup.
She's had a big role so far this season.
Absolutely, and I said something about Emily's shoes earlier, but I got to take a step away from the game. I love pink, and I have been staring at Haley's shoes all game. I can't get over them, and I think it made my night better. So if that's what she was going for, thank you, Haley Dunn.
Watchung Hills with possession here. That time, no foul called on Chuganov, that block there. And ball will go back to Watchung Hills. Good defense in the paint there. And that in the corner, three short off the rim for Menino. And diving on the floor, and that will be another jump ball. The possession will stay with Watchung Hills.
And these girls, they still have so much fight left in them. You can tell they're not giving up yet. No matter how big the point difference gets, they're not going to give up. They're not that kind of team.
Yeah, from tip-off to now a little bit lopsided here, they've worked just as hard throughout the whole game. At the top here, swing to Labozo. Three no good off the back rim, and that is a rebound for Santiago. Trapped in the corner, and Montgomery doing a good job to break the press, and one little thing wrong, and that is a turnover for Montgomery. That was a good break there. They've had some trouble with Watchung's press, but they're moving the ball well there. Labozo moving the ball around to her sister, Ava Labozo. Montgomery doing a good job denying the paint here. They get it down, kick out. That's a three, no good for Labozo. Rebound, again no good. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Pretty even third quarter there, not much of an increase in the lead there for Watchung Hills, but we will be back with the final quarter of the game. It's the MIRE. You're caught in the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.
I love it. I can tell you with facts, I don't know girl code either.
It's complicated. You don't want to know. I don't think I know.
Men have been trying to figure that out for centuries, quite honestly.
We haven't gotten that close yet.
Nope, not even a little.
We got people working on it.
As we come back, Adriana Santiago making a diving attempt to save the ball, running right into the scorers table, but that'll be quick turnover for Montgomery as we enter this fourth quarter. Drive down low, kick out.
Good defense from Santiago right there. She got there so quick, and that's one of those qualities that you see in players like Santiago and Anathatum, that how fast they can get across the court. They're good defenders.
Santiago definitely a headline on the offensive side, but players like her and Anathatum and Chuganov really making their defensive presence known and causing problems for the Watchung Hills offense.
Absolutely.
Bringing up the ball here, pass down low for Schulberg, floater no good. Rebound, fast break up here for Watchung Hills. Pass to the corner, that's a 3 for Groff off of the front rim. Rebound by Gillenwater. And that is a pass down low to Al Gore, and Watchung Hills will extend their lead back up to 19.
Watchung really hasn't shot the ball particularly well from the outside today, but it's been those second and third chance points on the inside that have really kind of kept this lead where it is.
And if I'm driving to the paint, kicking it back out. And same spot for Schulberg. And the ball will go back to Montgomery. As Acker and Chowdhury will check into the game. Didn't see much of Acker in that third quarter, but is having a great game tonight.
I don't know, Tommy, what are you thinking about this game so far?
I think considering the result of last game and just watching this game, a great showing from Montgomery. Sometimes you just play teams that are very, very skilled, have amazing teamwork, but Montgomery is doing just as well, even though it doesn't show on the scoreboard. Pretty great game from them tonight. And a rejection by Santiago on that fast break.
Great D.
That defensive presence, no, not giving up on the play. She made up a pretty good amount of ground there and soared in for the block.
You know, that's what we were talking about before. I mean, she is a never-ending ball of energy.
Definitely don't want to be defended by her.
Absolutely not. She's one of those players that, like, when you're scouting Montgomery, you say, get on number 10. You don't want to leave her unguarded, and you don't want to be the one guarding her.
And that will be a foul called on Gillenwater for Watchung Hills, her first foul of the game, and some subs checking in for Watchung Hills.
A lot of fouls this game.
6:22 left in the final quarter, 36-17 lead for Watchung Hills. Anathatum will bring up the ball, trying to get some offense going. She's trapped at the top. Good job finding Adriana Santiago in the corner, and she knocks down the 3. Maybe the best offensive set from Montgomery this game.
I think was easily the case, and what a good 90 seconds for Santiago, tracking the ball down on defense and then having the presence of mind to step back and knock down that 3.
The problem with the trap there for Watchung Hills is if the point guard's smart enough and quick enough to get the ball out, you're leaving someone open, which is exactly what Anathatum was able to do there. And good defense from Montgomery, and Santiago will run the point and bring it back. Taken away, good defense by Groff on the fast break. No block for Santiago this time, and lead is back up to 18.
Good job. I wanted to talk about what Taylor Acker did the previous play defensively. You know, it was beaten to the offensive or for the offensive rebound, but did just enough to alter the next shot, and then stayed tough on the boards to come back down with it. So I thought that was a pretty special play.
A lot of positives on the defensive end for Montgomery tonight.
It's a low-scoring game.
Yeah, they let Watchung Hills score 74 points on them last game. Only 38, 5 minutes to go. Way better defense played this game. And better offense, already more points than they had the previous game. That's a jumper from Chowdhury and hit in the back rim, bounced a couple times and fell out. Ball taken up by Lobozo for Watchung Hills. Montgomery running their 2-3 zone here. Pretty good job denying the paint. And that's a kick out. 3 off the front rim for Squisiato. She gets the ball back, drive, kick out for Lobozo, open 3, also off the front rim. Another offensive rebound and a jump ball.
And that's kind of one of those things where it's hard to pinpoint whether Watchung, it's the chicken or the egg situation. Is Watchung having a bad offensive game or a worse offensive game than they normally are because of Montgomery's defense? Or is that just how it's showing and they're just having a bad day? You really don't know. But we would love to assume today that it's because of our defense, and I think because of the way we can see them playing here, it probably is.
Can we talk about what Adriana Santiago just did on that jump ball?
Like threw the girl down on the floor on the jump ball. That's what she does. She's that type of player. She's aggressive in that way, and obviously not on purpose trying to hurt the girl, but
Yeah.
Holiday had that rebound in the bag, and Santiago just went for it, and even though Watchung Hills got the ball back with the possession arrow, now they gave Montgomery the possession arrow as Squisiato will hit her first free throw.
And make no mistake, she did nothing wrong. She just ripped the ball away from her. And the force of her ripping the ball away from her flung her to the ground.
Could have been a wrestler in another
That's
life.
some strength.
But then the presence of mind to have the sportsmanship to go over and say, like, whoa, whoa, that was not my intention.
Absolutely.
2 seniors checking into the game, Shindy and Segmaretti for Montgomery. Getting some time at the end of this game, halfway through the 4th quarter. And that will be a backcourt violation. Good defense there from Montgomery.
It's a good effort by Groff. Even here late in a game where, watch the lead now for Watchung is pretty comfortable, but, she's still giving it everything she has.
She's been a very important force for Watchung Hills here. Oh, very good on the fast break. And she's really making her presence known on the offensive and defensive side.
Yeah.
3:45 left to go in this 4th quarter. 39-20, Watchung Hills with the lead as this game coming closer to a close. That will be good defense from Montgomery. Missed shot, and now Montgomery regains possession. Santiago running the point this time for Montgomery. And taken away by Groff. And fast break layup, no good. Little mistake there. Diving on the floor, hustle play from Santiago.
Man,
It was like a seesaw, back and forth.
Groff is a heck of a defender. For all we talk about her offensive exploits, that's the 4th time she's picked Santiago's pocket in this game.
And Santiago, it's happened so many times. Got to be protective, got to be expecting it. But sometimes there's someone with just such quick hands that can rip the ball away. And she's had a lot of fast break opportunities. Santiago running the point as Anna Thottam on the bench. Drives to the hoop, jumper no good off the front rim. And Groff will take it up herself just as she has many times. And no good again on the layup.
She's going to look back on this game and say, you know what, I had an impressive stat line, but I left about 10 points on the front of the rim.
Maybe she's done it too many times that she's gotten a little bit too used to it.
Maybe. Practice makes permanent.
She will now check out of the game. Great game from her. Don't expect to see her for the rest of the game as Watchung Hills setting at a comfortable 19-point lead with about 2:40 left in the game. Pass down low to Chowdhury. There will be a foul called on Menino. And Montgomery will get an under the basket inbound. What a nice pass there to Acker, setting her up for the layup, no good. Unlucky bounce there. And Watchung pushing the ball up. Pass down the paint, good defense there. And nice little shot there, extending the lead to 21 points for Watchung Hills. But before that shot, good defensive teamwork from Chowdhury and Santiago, stripping it and blocking it. Santiago will drive to the hoop and get fouled. She will go to the free throw line.
And again, looking at her strength, it's one of those players you don't want to foul.
Exactly. She just puts her head down and goes to the hoop, and with that strength that she has, she's usually either going to score or get fouled, and she hits the first free throw.
Yep.
No good, in and out. Rebound by Acker. No good, rebound again, and she gets fouled. That is amazing paint presence there by Acker, not giving up 2 offensive rebounds off the free throw, and now she will go to the line for 2 shots. First free throw, no good for Acker, as we're a little bit under 2 minutes left in this game. 20-point lead for Watchung Hills. But great game from Montgomery. I think we can all agree that played a very nice game today. A lot of teamwork, very good defense. I think that was the highlight of tonight's game.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I'm impressed with the way Montgomery played tonight. And even if it doesn't show on the scoreboard, I think this was, in a way, a huge victory for the team. And I think we're all, as a community, really, really, really hoping to watch these girls go on to the rest of their season.
Although they may not have won this game, definitely a very fun game to watch. A lot of positives from Montgomery tonight. Missed shot there. Santiago will push it up, try to take it herself with the left hand.
Never taking the foot off the gas in true Montgomery fashion.
She'll be denied, and ball is taken up. Floater is good for Gillenwater there. Santiago bringing it past half court. And ball will be tipped out. Here's a look at another freshman, another seeming looking future of this program, Sophia Lehman, very talented just as a freshman.
My favorite player, obviously, because she wears the best number.
Is that your number?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. 13 all day.
I thought 13 was supposed to be unlucky.
Not if you're me.
Not if you're you. Does that mean 7's your unlucky number?
Nah, I have no other feelings about other numbers. I just know what I am. I don't really
Only
care what anybody
13?
else is.
I'm a 6.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you get, what was the genesis of that?
Well, this is actually a funny story. It has to do with Tommy. My due date was June 6, 2006.
Oh.
666, and that's Tommy's birthday.
That's
Oh.
crazy.
I was born on the 3rd. He's the 6th.
It's kismet, as they say.
So I stole your number.
You stole my number, and sometimes when I tell people my birthday, I say June 6, 2006 by accident.
So you're both almost the devil.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I am the
He
devil. She
is.
was close.
He's the reincarnation.
And a big eruption from the crowd and the bench as the senior Sagmaretti there will get the layup to fall. And that's just such a special moment here on senior night as 5 seconds to go. Running out the clock. No good. Rebound. And the game will be called after a quick foul. Watchung Hills 45, Montgomery 24. lopsided win for Watchung Hills, but a lot of positives for Montgomery nonetheless. Very fun game to watch and very, very successful senior night tonight.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I was, I mean, you look at what Watchung has done this season, 13-4. You know, they're on a huge winning streak. For Montgomery to perform the way that the Cougs did tonight in this game, nothing short of impressive. You know, again, just looking at the final score the first time around, that was it. A fantastic performance tonight, I think, from the Cougs.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy, what do you got here? You got responsibilities. You want to take over the lead gig?
This is the complicated stuff at the end.
Listen, you wait. What, you want the easy stuff only, and then you want to bail for the complicated stuff?
Okay, well, I'm willing to take on not just the easy stuff, but I can't just wing it or I'm gonna mess it up.
I'm just gonna shut my mouth and do it myself. How about that?
Maybe next time.
The proceeding's been a production of the MIRE. It's the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or account of this one without the express consent of us, it's prohibited. Folks, without any hint of sarcasm, a fantastic, fantastic job tonight. Joey, you're welcome back anytime you want on any broadcast that we have.
Thank you, thank you.
Tommy will continue to tolerate you. Pogue, whatever.
Yeah, I just got back. I was out doing something. It was fine.
Yeah.
Good for you.
You didn't know.
Good for you. We all good?
Yeah.
You're
we
golden.
did.
Senior night, a massive success here in Montgomery, despite a loss. And it's not always that we can say that, but I mean it. Watchung beats the Cougs, but a lot of positives. It's been a special presentation of girls basketball in the MIRE, and we're better for having done it. For Matt Pogue, Tommy Petrain, Joey Valla, and Nicole DeMace, I'm Keith Glock. Thanks for watching.